In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to pause underperforming ads in your Google Ad account. So simply put, you're going to go to the ad section in your interface. And from here, you're going to set some filters so that way we can see which ads are our underperformers really easily. So first, ad status is enabled. We only want to see active ads. Second, I recommend filtering based on conversions less than 1. So you can see which ads have not driven any performance at all over its lifetime. If you're optimizing based on a custom column or a custom conversion, then you can use that and get more specific instead of conversions less than 1. So with these two filters enabled, I then recommend that you sort by cost. So then you can really easily see from top to bottom which are the ads that are the most impactful on performance right now that you should probably consider pausing. So I can see here in this case, I've spent 3,000 euros on this ad and I've generated 0 conversions. That's pretty awful. So I definitely might want to consider pausing this ad based on performance. Now, you could automate this as well, but I'm walking you through how to do this manually. And if you want to know how to automate this, we do talk about it in our Google Ads courses using automated rules, but the same logic would apply. So now I can scroll through and I can see which ads are underperforming. Now, one column I highly recommend that you add to your columns if you're not using it is the percent served column. This column is really helpful because it tells you how much of the distribution this ad is getting in that specific ad group. And oftentimes, you'll have certain ads that are just not getting enough distribution. So it's a nice little column to add here to get a sense of exposure by ad. Now, anyways, you would just go through this list and just take a look primarily at the cost per conversion or the conversion volume relative to cost. In addition to that, you would look at the click-through rate just to see if you notice anything like substantial against your benchmark. So like, for example, this first ad, this one's a clear one to kill because it spent $3,000, hasn't gotten anything. But in addition to that, the click-through rate is only 1.87%. And you can see, we've got click-through rates much higher than that. And this is amongst our worst performing ads. And amongst our best performing ads, our click-through rates are above 5%. So we know this ad is pretty terrible. So that's really it. You're just going to go through this process and you would just pause the ads that are eligible to be paused. And it's really that simple. And when you're ready, you can automate this with automated rules. But if you're not comfortable with that, then you could just do this manually and be able to do this analysis on a weekly basis just to make sure that any ads that are underperforming are getting killed. And then what I recommend that you do is whenever you pause an ad, getting in the habit of creating a new one. You ideally want to have at least 2 versions of ads running in your ad groups at all times. So you want to avoid just having one ad at a given time. So every time you pause, also get in the habit of creating. So if I were to pause this ad, I'd study the copy. I would go into the actual ad itself, look at the ad assets, see if there's any signals of like certain headlines that performed well. And then I would reconstruct a new ad based on the existing assets or just like new concepts that I want to test. I hope this was helpful. It's really that simple. It doesn't need to be more complicated. I'll see you in the next video.